Do we want to start with the game to watch that none of
I mean,
us
sure,
should
because
have
it was
watched?
a
Game that
it was
was
a it was a terrible game. Look, my analysis uh in the pregame show, like I was just completely duped by all of the NFL. Um,
shocker.
there were quite a bit of fantasy points to be had in this game if you had the Vikings defense. Because like
Thank
even
you.
Justin Jefferson only had like 12 points. So 48-10, pretty big stinker of a game. Um, I didn't think, I was assuming that the Vikings defense was going to get to the quarterback plenty, but I was not assuming that Jake Browning, to look like a community college quarterback. Dude was garbage, and they didn't put another quarterback in, did they? They didn't give anybody else a
Nope.
shot. Jake Browning was ass, dude. They desperately need to get Jameis Winston out of New York, man. Everybody that what was crazy to me about like the footage for the Chiefs game was how much they talked about Jackson Dart. And it's
Hmm.
like, I know Jameis Winston is better than that dumbass kid right now. That dumbass kid wearing a big ass chain on the sideline, like, bro, you are nothing. You are nothing. Why the hell are you wearing a chain like that? I don't know how this pivoted to Giants analysis here, but Bengals get Jameis Winston.
Is Chase Brown just like the biggest disappointment for the Bengals this year?
It's not his fault, man.
It's
It's
not
not
his
How
his
can you
fault, but
fault.
blame
still.
him?
It's
Dude, that
not his
offensive line
fault.
is so bad and they have
So,
no passing
okay.
game.
So it goes back to this. How great really is Joe Burrow, like Tybo said last week?
Yeah, bro. Joe
Joe
Burrow
Burrow
may
Honestly,
be
was
the
in this
best
game.
quarterback in the history of the game.
Would it be 48-10?
straight
Or would
up.
it actually be a competitive game if Joe Burrow was in there?
It would be a lot closer. Here's the one thing that I think you guys are also missing. The Vikings defense is really good. Like
Oh, hush.
we got we got fooled by
What?
them last season. Their offense is the issue, and it because they don't have a quarterback. We talked about Carson. Like their defense is really good.
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
It would it was
Shut up.
a it was a small period of time in this game that their defense was really good. It was 17-3 with like 5 minutes left before halftime. It was like what, the fumble
That was
return,
Jake
a fumble,
Browning
a
like
touchdown.
halfway handing them the ball, okay? That's not showing you how good the Vikings defense is because they didn't play good in week 2. They just didn't.
They had a five
They
minute stretch of good plays that worked in their favor in that game. That was into the second quarter. The fumble return, they got forced another fumble, scored a touchdown off that, then an interception, got a field goal off of that.
I'll say
17-3
this as
to
well.
34-3 right away.
They played bad in week two. They were missing at least four starters in week two from their defense, including one of their biggest pass rushers from the linebacker position in Andrew Van Ginkel, who was out all of last game, who played all of last season, and their defense was really good. Last season, they were one
You
of
guys
the
got
best, if not
excuses
the
for
best defense
everybody.
last year. I'm just, and I'm not even saying the Vikings are going to be good this year because they're all at their quarterback position is wonky. JJ McCarthy is not very good, and Carson Wentz will never be an answer for any team in the league. Post where whatever happened in Philly, I think
Yeah,
I
he
think
did not
that's
look great.
shown. I think that's shown. Their defense
we
will
can we
keep
can
them
add him to the list of
in
quarterbacks that I
games.
so we watched a lot of slow white quarterbacks try to escape around the corner yesterday. Bro, Matt Stafford doesn't have it anymore. Aaron Rodgers, close, doesn't have it anymore. Bro,
Joe
who else
Flacco
did I
never
list
had
on
it.
that? Who else did I list on that? Oh, uh help me out. Other old white quarterbacks in the league. Come on.
I
Joe
said Joe
Flacco.
Flacco.
Flacco doesn't have it anymore. Carson Wentz, we knew it already. Definitely doesn't have it anymore. We were watching quarter. We were this season or this Sunday. We were watching quarterbacks that were good from like 2015 to 2018, just not be able to outrun anybody out there, bro. That like if you saw them like bootleg or scramble or whatever around the corner, like everybody on the defensive line, even the fattest defensive tackles, were outrunning them to the corner. Okay, like they're not. There's sooner or later gonna be a changing of the guard with some of these quarterbacks, dude. Like they're slow as hell, dude. There's a reason we have 16 black starting quarterbacks in the league right now, dude.
It's going to be much sooner than later. But let's move on to the actual game of the week. The one I picked right: Rams versus Eagles. Rams 26, Eagles 33. This
I
was a
wasn't very happy
very
with it.
I was pissed off at this the whole entire time, especially after the first half. Eagles only had 33 total net yards in the first half. I thought it was going to be a clobbering by the Rams the whole entire time. Rams had over 100 rushing yards in the first half as well. This was all looking great. Saquon finished for 18 rushes for 46 yards. Crazy stat of the week: AJ Brown, 6 catches, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. The regular season game they played last year against the Rams, same stat line. But
The
it
most impressive catch for him for the day, um, which two third and tens in a row, I freaking am yelling at the TV screen like they're going to run a hook route to AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts is going to lazily throw it up to him, and he's going to have to snatch it
Noodle
away
arm.
from the defender. So the first third and 10 on that drive, he absolutely Lil Boyd that defender. Like
Yes.
this was like, I'm gonna put you to like night, like take a nap, real quick. He caught it, like forced this man to the ground and ran another 10 yards. And then the next third and 10 on that drive, they run the same. They run pretty much the same play. Like I don't know about the route combination on the other side of the field, but I was like, top of the screen, AJ Brown, he's going to run a hook route right at the yard, right at the sticks, and he's going to get the first down because Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do diddly squat to get the ball to AJ Brown.
diddly squat.
Diddly.
Diddly squat. But
Well, no,
there's two
it
big things
just
from
looks
this
so
game.
it looked so bad at the very end though. Whenever the Rams' right tackle went out, what did the Rams decide to do? Run to the right, straight into Jalen Carter for going from second to third down. Whenever you were at 32, try going deep to Devontae Adams, then you're going to kick the field goal. You're not going to try to get closer with the field goal right there. You have a chance to beat the Eagles, the team you struggle against. How are you
There's
not going
there's
for
a
that?
there's a couple bad things from this game. Number one, on the final block kick. Last week we got a leverage penalty call. There should have been a leverage penalty call this week
Especially
for
especially with how pussy ass that leverage call was in the first place.
got to be consistent, right? If we're going to call it last week, got to call it this week. I'm okay with not calling it because it was weak, but if we're going to be consistent, like should have been called a leverage used on the long snapper for the either the first or the second block kick. Rams absolutely blew the game away. And here's two things that can be true. The Rams blew the game. Eagles still should not have won because of the tush push. After the NFL goes, hey, we're going to call this more consistently and more tightly, and still doesn't
Yeah,
do it.
you saw penalties on other teams on Sunday.
Yeah,
They didn't flag the Eagles once on the tush push, did they?
They got one. They got
They got
one.
one.
They got
Well,
one. They missed
they
at
flagged other
least two
teams.
others.
I know they flagged the Saints. I want to say, but yeah, there was definitely at least one missed call on a tush push
And here's the
in the
thing,
Rams
like
game.
you take that away from them, and the first half that we saw from the Eagles is the game plan moving forward. If we're actually going to call it correctly, what happened in the first half? They didn't run the tush push in the first half. They didn't even try to
they
run their
couldn't.
normal game plan. They didn't even try to run their normal game plan of like, hey, get 9 yards and on fourth down, we just go with the tush push. They couldn't get there because they were too afraid of having to run the tush push because it was going to be called against them because it was going to be called correctly. And then something happened in the second half where they're like, okay, we'll just go back to our normal game plan. And guess what? We're not going to call it. It has to be fixed up. It has to be taken care of. Just
It will
call
be
the game
taking.
correctly.
It's going to be taken care of, unfortunately, in March. They're going to vote on it again then.
I I
Just
don't
wait
know.
till it
I,
affects
here
Josh Allen, guys. Wait till it
here
affects Josh Allen.
there's a part of me that goes, yes, that's probably when it's going to happen. But there's also another part of me that goes, there's too much heat on this. Very much like there was too much heat on Jawan Taylor and his early movement, and they're still missing a ton of penalties on him. We'll get there, but all it took was Chris Collinsworth calling him out for an entire game. Twitter and commentators have been calling out this specific issue with either illegal formation or going too early, false starts on this specific play, on that the NFL cannot turn a blind eye to this the same way that they didn't turn a blind eye to what was going on the Chiefs offensive line. It's predicting it now, it's not happening moving forward. There's going to be some serious internal conversations that will never see the light of day, and something will be done about this starting in week 4 of the NFL season.
Last thing I want to point out about this game was it was the worst beat of the weekend. Rams line up to
Man,
kick at the end of the game. The spread is 3.5, and the kick is to win it. So like if the kick goes through or if they just miss the kick, like they still beat the spread, and then it turns into 6 points the other way. So they are well with well without that 3.5 spread. So uh,
Not even
that's
that. It's Jalen Carter, or no, it was Jordan Davis and his big bodied self. Nobody got even close.
getting up
It's
to
incredible
18
how fast
miles
that
per
human.
hour.
jeez.
How can you be that large of a human and that fast? That's
Somebody do the math
incredible.
on how much force that is.
E equals MC squared.
That's not the formula for force.
Yes, I know.
It's mass times acceleration.
Yes, I'm aware. It's a dumb joke. Sorry, Mr. Math Professor.
It's not a joke. It's just wrong.
Be better.
All right, English major. We we go to the next game of the week. It was a really good game. It was a close game, tightly contested, a division matchup. We had the
It
Broncos
was
and
a
the
good
Chargers.
game. It was a good game in which I thought both defenses played better than their respective offenses. Like, but
Yeah,
this was mostly a defensive game, I would say.
absolutely. And the dagger in the heart, the one that ended it for the Broncos, was their defense. Talanoa Hufunga getting the unsportsmanlike penalty at the end for slamming down whoever it was that he slammed down. Uh, and that got the Chargers into range to end the game. I mean, Bo Nix has not played well under expectations. A lot of Broncos fans were saying that he was better than Patrick Mahomes this offseason. Thankfully, that has cooled off because they're now asking if he should be benched. Absolutely wild
Who
takes going
who could have
on.
seen that coming with Bo Nix?
Shocker. Um,
The 27-year
Portland
old.
Sutton having a fantastic year. They can't figure it out and can figure it out at the same time at running back. I mean, you bring in RJ Harvey and then you run with J.K. Dobbins, who's been great post injuries. But offensively, they have so many troubles. Their defense kind of keeps them in the game, but Bo Nix has not been good. You jump to the other side, and the Chargers defense has well outperformed really what anybody's expectations were. I know even as fans of the Chiefs, we did not expect their defense to be this good, and even with missing Khalil Mack, they've been fantastic. It's incredible what their defense has been able to do.
Derwin James
Offensively,
is
I
looking as
Guys,
am
one of the
like
best safeties in the league.
go ahead and
easily.
factor in not having Joey Bosa either. Like
Yeah,
we
that well,
before
I
the
mean,
season, we were like Joey Bosa leaves, goes to another team, and like who's rushing the passer for him? Like they're gonna rely on Khalil Mack. Like they look like they're not missing him at all.
to be fair, Joey Bosa didn't play a whole lot anyways. He was out on every big third down and he was injured more than half the time.
Still,
But that
you
yeah,
ex
talent
Joey
wise, big miss.
Bosa's unanimous with the Chargers. No, I love.
Um,
I'm sad to see that Najee Harris got hurt, but this opens the door for Omarion Hampton out there in
who
LA.
had a
He
fantastic game
he's going to be a
after
problem.
having two really bad games.
He's going to get a lot more touches going forward. He's going to be a real problem out there.
It's a big guy. That really same size as Najee. I think he's a little bit faster. I think he catches the ball quite a bit better. It's something to watch out for. I think what I'm most surprised about on offensively is how good Keenan Allen still looks and how well he still plays. I mean, who would have guessed that at the upper age that he is for a football player? But even more surprising is how much Lad McConkey in the first 3 weeks has taken a back seat. He is realistically, in terms of targets, been regressed to their wide receiver three. In the first 3 weeks, he's pacing on targets with guys who don't see the field. Was it Gaston Augustus, whoever that guy is, Gaston?
You talking
No
about
idea, never heard of him.
the
Ga-
tight end
Gadsden.
Gadsden?
no, yeah, sure, whatever. Like he's on pace with his amount of targets. Who doesn't see the field? It's increasingly worrisome, I would say, for Lad McConkey moving forward, that he
Look,
is not getting the chemistry or the time to work in games.
you tell me the last time Keenan Allen has played a full season of football.
You
Because
can't. You can't.
when he
You,
was
you simply
younger,
can't.
he would get knee injuries and still not like I don't know. Age is nothing I would be worried about with Keenan Allen. Like he's been hurt so many times and come back and still
He
been a
played
really, really,
15
really,
games last
really,
season.
really, really, really good route runner. Um, but yeah, like he's gonna get another knee injury at some point this season, and he like the target share for Lad McConkey will be right back where it was.
He played 15 to 17 games last season.
Full season?
I would say that's
Full
pretty much a full
full
season.
season? Oh,
No, that's not a full
okay.
season.
I would
Not a
count
full
I
season.
would count that as a full
Hmm.
season.
Yeah, okay.
Prior to that, in 21, he played 16 games.
Full season?
Pretty much. I would count it.
I can't believe you, man. I'm done with the. How lucky are the Chargers to play three division rivals in the first 3 weeks, though?
And be three
Is
and
it
zero.
lucky? I mean, I don't know if I'd consider it luck. I mean, that's a good break, especially if you can go 3-0 on it. I would love to play three division rivals in the first 3 weeks when we're the most healthy, when your team is supposed to be the healthiest, where you've had the most amount of time to work. Like, I would love to have that,
Yeah, how lucky are they?
unless you're the Chiefs this
Teams
year.
you're familiar with.